Talking Western Wayne Wrestling here on the Mendola Show at Arcaro and Genell, the pizza capital of the world. Dante Terenzio is with us from Western Wayne, and coach, another successful season there for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we had a good year this year. We had 3 district champions. It's the first time we've done that in many years. 2 state qualifiers this year. We had Braden McIntosh at 152 and Cole Fuller at 220. Both get to the state tournament. It's the first time we've had multiple state qualifiers since the 70s. So, it was an awesome year for us. Dual meet season and individual part of the season.
Boy, a heck of a rivalry with Honesdale. Talk about what that's been like the last 2 years.
It's always been a huge rivalry, and they come down to AA, and obviously we were butting heads the past couple of years. We knocked them off this year in the division championship match, and then they come back and beat us in district duels. So it'll always be a rivalry. They're going back up to AAA next year, but it'll always be our cross-county rival. So we always look forward to that match every year. Hats off to them this year. They had a phenomenal season, and we'll see what happens next year.
Well, let's talk individually about each of the guys you brought with us tonight. Tell us a little bit about each fella there.
Well, we had 3 district champions, like I mentioned. These are 4 regional qualifiers, so all these guys that you'll talk to later on are all regional qualifiers. 138 is Matt Lesley. He's a freshman, and he's our first ever District 2 champion individual. So he had a phenomenal freshman year. We're really proud of him and seeing what he's been doing on the mat and all the time that he puts into it. At 152 is Braden McIntosh. He's a senior. He got his first district championship this year, and he also qualified for the state tournament. He also had 103 wins in his career, so he's had a very successful career at Western Wayne, and we're really happy with what he's been doing. And then 160 is Braden's brother. His name is Kasey Taylor. He is a freshman as well. Regional qualifier. He was a district 3rd place finisher, regional 6th place finisher. So these freshmen are just as good as these seniors. We've had some very successful seniors in our school district, and now we have these underclassmen that are coming through. And then obviously there's 220-pounder Cole Fuller. He just capped off a remarkable career. 140 career wins and 110 career pins, which is just absurd. 110 pins. We've never had anybody even close to that in our school district. So he's done fantastic things for us. State qualifier, state 7th place finisher. He just capped off a really nice state tournament. So we're really happy with these 4 guys, especially.
You watch Cole Fuller on the football field. You say, okay, that guy's a horse. What's it like when you watch him out on the wrestling mat?
It's the same thing. He's a workhorse. He'll bowl right through you if given the opportunity. He does the same thing on the football field. He's just a bull, and that kind of attributes to his style on the mat. He's a pinner. He'll run right through you, and that's kind of what he did this year. Throughout his whole career, really. He's just a powerhouse. He lifts weights really hard outside of practice. So it's great to have that type of work ethic in our wrestling room.
Coach, always great to catch up with you. Congratulations on a fantastic season at Western Wayne.
Thanks, John.
Cole Fuller with us from Western Wayne here on the Mendola Show. And Cole, I guess you couldn't ask for a better year football-wise or wrestling-wise. You had your act together. Let's go first to the football field and how things came together for you and the Wildcats.
It was just, it was a really great breakthrough season for us. I think that it's just past few years have been building up to really good seasons, and I think next year is going to be a really great season for Western Wayne.
For you as a senior, talk a little bit about leadership-wise, what you try to do with your teammates there for the Wildcats with your coaching staff, and coach who was really experienced but new to the Western Wayne community the last couple of years.
Yeah, I definitely tried to make it easier on Coach Wolf and just try to get him acquainted with a lot of the younger guys. I focused a lot on making sure our younger guys knew what the right thing to do was, and spent a lot of time working hard and all that.
You were a horse out there on the football field. Coach Terenzio said it wasn't much different on the wrestling mat. Talk about just having that physical presence that you did and what that's been like for you.
Being physically a fairly strong person, it's definitely a godsend on the wrestling mat and football field. And, all those hours spending in the weight room definitely just pays off. If I'd say advice to like an incoming freshman athlete, definitely spend a lot of time in the weight room. That'll pay off.
Some people might think you're naturally talented, but that work that people never saw. Talk about the hours and all the things that you had to do to stay in good shape like you do.
It's incredible. The amount of work that I've put in. it's crazy, but at a certain point, you know, you really get to respect the dignity of hard work and, you know, putting all the hours in and, you know, really seeing it culminating at the end.
Take us through districts to regionals to states. Take us through that whole thing of how things went for you on the wrestling mat.
You know, districts, it was great. You know, I won district champions. There's nothing to, you know, it's nothing to take lightly. You know, it's always something that I always shoot for every season. I'm very glad I got it again this year. Regionals, I was going in there undefeated. I want to stay undefeated, but, you know, obviously I got second place. But at states, that was an incredible experience to make it to the third. To get a medal around my neck and actually beat the guy that beat me at the regional finals in States, you know, that was a great end of my season. I don't have any regrets about it at all.
Talk about how it comes down to, you know, 1 second, 1 point, one last move, and, you know, you're always analyzing, oh, if I could have did this or if I did that, but it's wrestling, you know, those things happen. You left it all out there on the mat.
Yeah, you know, just that last move that I used in the last match, it's not one of those things that you could practice. It's just like spur of the moment, just like that. And, you know, just came out on top. Could have easily happened to me, but it's one of those things.
You got a big family, so tell us a little bit about your siblings.
All my siblings were wrestlers. You know, it's kind of like a family legacy thing. A lot of people are sad to see the Fuller family is finally ending with me on the wrestling mat, but, you know.
You enjoy writing. Not many people will say they do. Why do you enjoy that?
I just like to really articulate my thoughts and my feelings and all my experiences that I've had in the world up to this point on paper, and I think it's a very underrated thing in the world.
Hey, track is next. It's awesome to hear because Western Wayne has a pretty darn good track team each and every year. What can we expect you to do this year?
I'm definitely going to try to go to states for track this year. I think it'd be great to go to states for two sports. I think in the discus, that's what I throw in track and field. I think that maybe I could make it to states, and that's definitely a goal for me.
Everybody wondering what you're going to do next. You're still wondering what you're going to do next.
I'd like to know.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about what you think those possibilities are like. You pretty wide open to anything?
I'm definitely open to anything. Definitely college. I'd love to go to college. You know, I play sport in college. I could not. At this point, it's anybody's game.
All right. Well, a lot to think about. Some big family decisions with yourself and what you're going to get up to. And Cole, congratulations on a fabulous wrestling season. Good luck in track and field.
Thank you.
Braden McIntosh with us, a senior from Western Wayne and a captain, 152 pounds. Braden, talk about the success you had on the wrestling mat this year.
This year was a really good year for me. I completed a lot of goals that I aimed for as a freshman. I got my 100 wins, I got a district championship, and I made it to states.
Great to hear. Let's talk about the fortnight at regionals, what that's like, and just having some fun with the guys in a serious time, but you know, you try to make the best of it.
It's really fun because this was the first year that the coaches allowed us to do something like this, so it was a good way to relax during a serious atmosphere, to kind of calm down at the hotel. And it was just fun to bond with the guys and everything.
Cool. Anybody snore?
Cole.
Let's talk a little bit about football season, how that went.
That was pretty good. This was my first year actually playing in games. I started on the special teams, and I really showed them how fast I was and how valuable I could be.
You like history? You're doing a pretty good job in the classroom. What do you enjoy about your class?
I enjoy the learning aspect at Western Wayne. They really find a way to connect with students.
As far as life after high school, what's next for you?
I plan on going to unexploded ordnance disposal school, which is what my stepdad does, and it was something that I've been growing up with him around, so it's pretty interesting for me.
Explain how long of schooling you'll have at that and what you'll do as a career.
It's a 2-month school. It's around $10,000, and after that you're able to go to work as a Tech 1, and that's what I've been looking to do with my life because of my stepdad.
That's nice. So let's talk about some role models in your life.
My role model is my mom and my stepdad, which is Cassandra Holmes and Rick Holmes. They are always there for me, making sure I succeed well in school and life, and I know if I ever need anything, they'll be there for me.
You have a sibling as well?
Yes, Kasey Taylor. He's a freshman wrestler this year.
Talk about what you think he'll do over the next couple of years.
I think he's going to set the stakes pretty high. I think he'll have a lot of wins. He'll be a district champion. He's a very good wrestler. He's eager to learn a lot about wrestling as well.
Braden, well, we appreciate your time. Congratulations on a nice career at Western Wayne, and the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much for having me.
Kasey Taylor is with us from Western Wayne, just a freshman. And Kasey, how much growing up did you do as a freshman out there competing in varsity sports?
Well, you know, not a lot of wrestlers get to come up as a freshman and really just compete with a lot of the talent that is at the high school level. So I was very fortunate to do that and had a good time doing it.
What's it been like with your brother, experiencing that, and kind of showed you the way a little bit?
Yeah, it was nice to have a mentor in the room and show me, you know, certain things I had to clean up on, and it was just nice to have someone in there to look to.
160 pounds, how tough was it making weight?
It was pretty easy, really. The biggest challenge was to keep my weight up high enough to wrestle that weight. So, you know, I was able to go in there and move a little more than some of my opponents and helped out a lot.
What were the nerves like going to regionals or even districts for that matter? What were they like?
You know, it was just really surreal to make it there, and then to go there and compete was just really a big accomplishment of mine. And settling the nerves can be tough at times, but I managed to handle it pretty well.
Thinking about maybe some mixed martial arts down the road. Are you involved at all with any of that right now?
Yeah, right after wrestling season, I obviously will keep in with some wrestling specific camps, but polishing up on some of my martial arts is going to be great. I love doing it.
Looking up to your brother, feels great what he's going to do. You still got a few more years, but he has great expectations for you in the next couple of years. Talk about knowing that you have that support.
It's nice to have, you know. He's right there, you know. During match, he'll be on my side and, you know, direct me to the right way to get to the best possible place to win the matches, and that's nice to have.
Well, congratulations on a great freshman year, and the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Matt Lesley joining us from Western Wayne Wrestling here on the John Mendola Show, another freshman. And Matt, nice to see some freshman talent. You and your teammate looking up to some guys like Cole. Talk a little bit about what your year was like and some of that leadership you guys had in the room.
Yeah, it was a really great freshman year. Cole and Braden, our two captains, obviously helped out a lot. They supported us and always made sure we were working hard in the room. And yeah, I enjoyed my freshman season. I had a lot of success, and I'm looking forward to the next 3 years. Preparing
to be a varsity athlete, what was that like? Did you have some wrestling experience with traveling and different things?
Yeah. I wrestle year-round, actually. I wrestle for a club down in East Stroudsburg, which helped prepare me a lot for the varsity season. I was really looking forward to wrestling on the high school team my freshman year, and I was really excited for it, and I prepared well.
You're a busy guy. Soccer in the fall, tennis in the spring, in between that, wrestling year round.
Yep.
So
Yep.
tell us a little bit about just being you and staying as busy as you can.
Yeah, I enjoy sports, but wrestling's obviously, you know, my main focus. That's what I really want to go far with. But I enjoy playing soccer. It's a fun sport. Soccer and tennis, nothing I do too seriously. Just something different. Always good to mix it up. Yeah, but my coach Dante, he coaches wrestling and then he coaches tennis, so he kind of convinced me. So I'm starting out with that. So it should be fun.
Talk about your older sister Chelsea and your younger brother Jake.
Yeah, those are my two siblings. I'm the middle child, so it's always arguing and bickering, but we love each other a lot and we have a lot of fun with each other.
You're doing a heck of a job in the classroom. You know, one of the better students in your class, American history and math. So you take your schooling seriously. Talk about where that comes from.
Yeah, really, my parents they really pushed me hard and to always get on me when like a class isn't going so well. So I make sure to keep the grades up.
You have big goals down the road. Talk about shooting for the stars.
Yeah, I want to, after high school, I hopefully want to go Division I for wrestling. That's the main goal. And then I would like to continue my wrestling career after college and wrestle internationally and hopefully make the world team and wrestling Olympics one day.
Well, good for you. Glad you have monster goals. You keep working towards them. Tell us a little about your dad, Dave, and how he inspires you.
My dad's a huge inspiration for me. He's always there for me. He's always supports me no matter what. You know, driving me down to East Stroudsburg every other night during the summer and taking me to practice and waking up at 5 a.m. every weekend to take me to wrestling. So he's a big supporter of mine, and I look up to him a lot.
Matt Lesley, a freshman from Western Wayne, thank you for your time and the best of luck.
Thank you.